any purchases of memberships. Your decisions are yours alone. So we advise without permission violates copyright law.
Now, before we do that, I see there is still room for you to bring all your comrades in. Go ahead and call them and invite them and text them and let them know that we are in a training session to focus on Rift and the benefits and of this sensation. So, Shiba Joe, I understand that you have some things to share with us today to kind of get our juices running. But before you do that, Carl seems to have his hand up. Carl?
I just remembered something. You were talking about the future, but at this point, I'd like to just reflect on the past. 111 years ago, on this day for me, because it's the 25th today for me. Mm-hmm. During the First World War, the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps, ANZAC for short, launched an attack on the wrong place, by the way, on the Gallipoli coast. And that set off a tradition of celebrating on this day. I saw a couple of names familiar, particularly Peter NZ, so he will understand this. So today is Anzac Day, and by a quirk, there was a major battle in the Second World War fought on exactly the same day in a village of Britain, Yvette in New York. I can never pronounce the name properly. So there is two major dawn services, which pretty much in New Zealand are starting about now. So the phrase is "lest we forget." So to everybody who commemorates, have a good Anzac Day. Thanks, Grace. Back to you, Joe.
Thank you, Carol. That's fantastic. I think that is the equivalent. In about a month, we're going to be doing the same thing, have a Memorial Day, we call it here in the United States. So, and Joe, I believe that you guys have some sort of similar celebration in the UK. Care to share?
Yeah, we do have a Memorial Day, but honestly, I couldn't tell you what day it's on.
Okay, share your RIF results. Yeah. That's what I meant.
Share right, okay. All right, I'll just brush over that, just sweep over that. Yeah, okay, so I'm just sharing my results for the last 24 hours here and just giving you an idea of how you can calculate things for yourself. So let that just come up.
¿Sabías que Amazon tiene un fondo mensual que ha superado los $55 millones para pagarle a las personas que publican libros en su plataforma? Me llamo Jonathan y hace años vivo 100% de los ingresos que generan mis libros en Amazon. Si ya intentaste publicar libros y no tuviste resultados, el problema no suelen ser tus libros, el problema es la estrategia. La mayoría publica sin saber cómo funciona realmente el sistema de Amazon. Nosotros hacemos algo distinto. Te mostramos paso a paso cómo aprovechar el sistema de Amazon con una estrategia clara y realista, que ya funcionó para cientos de personas. Mi socio y yo preparamos.
Okay, right. So you can see here, if you look at this date here at the bottom, I'm going to use this here because I think this is really cool. You can see here, this is at 12:30 last night, the 24th. So this is from last night, midnight, 12:30 last night till now. And you can see there, this tells you from what investment you earned that profit. So you can see from the investment of $499 on this cycle, I earned $4.34. Okay. So this is the second one. And then you can go through and you can see all of these little pennies all dropping in throughout the day. If you look at these, you can see, look, this was at 1 a.m., 1:30, then another one at 6:30 a.m., at 9 a.m., back down to 9 a.m. All these are at 9 a.m., 9:30, 9:30. So all throughout the day, these are all dropping in. And you can see here, 11 a.m. this morning, all the way through. All these little pennies and cents all coming in throughout the day. 1:30, all the way through. And here, this is all referral incomes coming in as well, all at the same time, similar times, 1:30. So as you reinvest and start building your portfolio, let's call it that, you'll start to see these small cents coming in every single day throughout the day. Now, this is what Mike put together a couple of days ago. I think it might have been last night, actually. And this has been his results over the last 8 days. Okay, so he's invested $6,556. That's his total deposit. And you can see on the 17th, made $54, 0.824%. On the 18th, $48, 0.744%. On the 19th, $53, 0.815%. On the 20th, $50, 0.777%. On the 21st, $50, 0.775. On the 22nd, $48, 0.747. On the 23rd, $55, 0.845. And on the 24th, $57, 0.871. So you can see that there is consistency here. Okay, obviously this is on Alpha Flow, so it's the highest, the most aggressive trading. So you can see that there's consistency here, and Carl will show you some numbers on with the others as well, and give sort of advice on how to spread your money, as it were. But in the long run, I think my personal opinion is that we will see these percentages increase as the AI learns, improves, but also as we see more and more people investing into Rift and the trading pool grows. Because remember, they're not just taking your money and trading with your money individually. When you deposit into the trading engine, your money is going into a pool, and that pool is being traded as a whole, generating the profits. Okay, when you're doing individual trading, manual trading, then you're trading your own wallet from your own wallet. But with auto trading, the entire pool. So you imagine if you've got $3, $4, $5, $10 million in that trading pool of people who've been depositing $100, $5,000, $200, all those different amounts coming together. Imagine the trading power that the auto trading engine will have to be able to start generating profits. And I think we'll start seeing these cross the 1% mark on a regular basis. It's my personal opinion, and let's see what happens. Now, if you're looking at your system and thinking, how do I check? How do I know this is what I'm making? Then here's some quick maths. Oh, I forgot. Let's do some quick maths. So we're going to look at, that's 6,556. We're going to look at this first profit of $54 here. So we're going to check the maths for that. So this is how you can calculate it. I'm going to show you it in 2 ways. So if you take the $54 and you divide that by your deposit, what you deposited, in this case, 6,556.53, and that comes to 0.00824. Times that by 100 because you want that to be your percentage, and that gives you 0.824. So you can see that matches up. $54 is 0.824% of $6,556. There are some other decimal places as well, but let's keep it simple. Now you can reverse engineer that as well and go the other way. So 6,556.53 times 0.824 equals 5402, and then divide that by 100, and that gives you 54.025. So you can check your own profits to see if the percentages are matching up, and that will help you to understand how much you're making. And of course, as the days go by, you'll see the consistency, and then you can learn to trust that what you're seeing on the screen is accurate. Now let me quickly just show today's percentages.
Joe, before you take off from that, may I just ask a couple of questions, please?
Yeah, sure.
So now with this that you're showing that came from Mike, this is not showing, okay, I see that the amount that is being invested is basically the same. So these amounts, the earnings have not been reinvested, correct?
Yeah, I don't think he's been reinvesting.
Okay.
What I think Mike was doing, I believe, is a test, if you like, keeping it simple, straightforward, so you could see. Because obviously every time you are reinvesting, of course you're compounding your profits, but it's also diluting the percentage slightly because you've now deposited a higher amount. So the new percentage is as a percent of the new amount. So in order to get a consistent view of what Alpha Flow is giving on a daily basis, I don't think he did any reinvestments. I think this is simply a deposit of 6,556, and then he was just seeing what the profits were coming in on a daily basis. I don't know if he started reinvesting now, but yeah, does that make sense?
Oh yeah, no, that's perfect. So the thing is, notice as just true to your words of what you just said now, as we move forward, the percentage is going to get higher. The amount that you're going to make is going to get higher. It shows it right here as of the yesterday or today, early this morning, actually, he went ahead and made the most. And you're saying that probably is attributed to a greater influx of funds into the pool, maybe, or just...
It's possible that, I mean, it's trading profits are going to vary from day to day because obviously, you can't see into the future and you're not trading one specific thing that gives a specific exact result. The trading is going to be trading on lots of different things. And as Chavez includes Forex and TradFi, then we're going to be doing trading on lots of different platforms. So the profits will change day to day on a daily basis. But it is my opinion that as the trading pool increases and as and of course that gives us more trading power. And I think if you combine that with the AI, which is learning, then I think we'll start to see profits closer to 1%, maybe even 1.2% on a consistent basis, maybe more, who knows? As I say, this is my opinion. It's not, I can't see into the future. I don't know. I just think if this is our starting point already on Alpha Flow and we're this close to 1%, and if the AI is learning and if we've got more money to trade with, then I think we'll start to see slightly larger results. Of course, there's limitations. The AI isn't going to learn so much that it will be 100% accurate, that it will make 100% successful trades. I mean, if Chavez has created the AI that can do that, I want to go and pat the man on the back. But, AI is clever, but it's not yet perfect. And it's not going to give 100% success rate at this stage. But, it's my personal opinion that I think we'll see these numbers increase slightly.
Absolutely. I mean, it's showing it, the trend is going in that direction. And Joe, I know that you're moving on to another point, but I did want to catch this other question or things. When you get to a point, will you go back to what you're sharing, you were sharing your screen, your results. Would you be able to take us forward from where, from the home screen, so to speak, to where you go to find these results? Okay.
Yeah, sure. I've got my WhatsApp is pinging down here. Let me just close that and go to here. And let me just make this a bit bigger.
I've taken out my device and I'm going to try to follow you.
Okay. So you can see in total, I've deposited $2,402. This is including my reinvests. Okay. This is including my reinvestments. Remember, we've been trading on the auto trader since the 13th. So I've made $149 in profits in that, what is it now? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 11 days. In 11 days, I've made $149 in profits, which is 149 divided 11. So it's $13.50 a day I've been making. Approximately 6.21%. I think this is slightly diluted, although I think we're getting closer to a more accurate amount, because I started off with $700 and then I added some more funds and then I added some more funds and then I added some more funds. Plus I've been reinvesting. So this is giving you the percent of the total amount. So it was a little bit diluted. It was only showing 4% a couple of days ago. But now, as I haven't added any more money, but I am reinvesting, it's getting closer to a more accurate percentage. So at the moment, this $149 is 6.21% on the upside. Okay. So you just scroll down and you can see everything you need. Here, look, the available balance. So far today, what's come in is $14.73. All of those trades so far, $14.73. I haven't reinvested. I'm going to do it tonight at midnight. I'll do a reinvest, or maybe a little bit before, since tonight's Zoom is quite early. Instead of 9 p.m, it's at 7 p.m. I may do this reinvest a bit earlier and have an early night, or I may do it. You can see here in Alpha Flow, $2,402. My referral earnings on level 1, level 2. I have got referral earnings on level 3, but it's just the decimal places that aren't showing. So far, $3.50. That's 20 active downlines. So, and this is where it's just go down the screen and you can refresh here, click that, and that will refresh everything. And you can just go, and although it says 0 here, it's just the decimal places. Okay, but you can see all the referral incomes, the yield from there, and all the way through what I've already shown you. And you can just go down and this is the engine activity. So again, remember, all of the funds are being traded at once. It's not just your funds. So this is what has been trading. Looks like there was a lot of sell orders. And that one little buy order all by itself standing in the middle. So that's all the information is right there. Carl and a couple of others have made a couple of requests for some additional information and other functionality. That may or may not come, but right now you've got more than enough information. You can see what your recent activity is. You can see that day's trading activity, and you can see your day's profits, because this gives 25 up to 25. Is it 25? I think it's 25 points of history. I don't know what you want to call it, but that's pretty much everything there. Let me just quickly read. Oh yeah, so this is also important. So all of these profits here that you've got coming are net of any fees. So what you see here is the profit that you're receiving. So all of the fees have already been deducted from the profits. Okay, let me just have a look. Okay, yeah, so there's a little update from Lucky here. So total deposited is $7,054. Total earnings are $408, which is about 5.7% return so far. And that's in just 11 days. So on this here, so he's added a little bit of extra funding. So this is probably a screenshot that was taken a couple of days ago. But in total, he's now deposited $7,000, made $400. It's about 5.7%. Okay, so hopefully this maths here will help you to be able to check your own screen and make sure that you're understanding the numbers. Okay, I don't think I've got anything else to add. Let me just check the boss. Oh, okay.
Did you want to take a question right now that's in the chat, or should we?
No, let's do that at the end. Let me just open this. Lucky wants me to open this.
Okay.
And show this.
Lo que ves ahora mismo es el resultado de una sola instrucción. Bienvenidos a la realidad texturizada.
Okay. I've got to move that, and that. Yeah, there you go. So, can you see? Am I sharing? Yeah, you can see my screen, right? Okay. So you can see here deposits $498, $6,556. These are the dates, so 2 days apart. So total deposited 7,000. Counterbalance, I don't know what that means. Total reinvestment $407. Total yield earnings $408. Percentage on deposit 5.79%. I'm not sure what that means. Available balance 0.82. Okay. So reinvestments, these are all the reinvestments here that have been made on a daily basis. These are all the yield earnings. And so average here of 0.79%, as I was showing there, about 0.8%. So you can see that all the numbers are there. And of course, our biggest plus, well, I'm not sure it's our biggest plus, but certainly one of our pluses is all of these trades you can copy and you can go and check on the blockchain. Perhaps Carl, I'll leave something for Carl there. Carl can show that if he wishes to, but perhaps we can return back to it afterwards. But this is important. So you can show people, this is real trading. This isn't fictitious demo trading. This is actual trading. So any one of these can be copied and you can backtrack it on the blockchain and see all the transactions, all the trades, the trading history. So we know that what we've got here is something that's generating real profits. And, what Carl's going to show you next, I think is going to really, really blow your mind.
Absolutely. Very good. All right, Shiba Joe, thank you so much for that. That was great. So that 556 at 6,500 resulted with some reinvestment due to about $400 reinvested into initial or.
Yeah, that $400 was reinvested. It had to be profits, didn't it?
It is. It's profit and reinvested, and it continues to cause the growth of profits. Fantastic. Thank you, Joe. Carl, what tips and information do you have for us and the tips that you have, the strategies?
Okay, well, firstly, I'm going to show a spreadsheet of my results.
Okay, great.
Some of you have seen this. It's evolved a little bit since I showed it a week ago, and it's evolved quite significantly in that I'm actually now overriding the projection figures with my actual results. So these are my actual average dailies, and which are pretty much correlating with the figures of everybody. We had a poor day on the 20th. Mike's results were down a little bit, so were mine, 0.72. But on average, they're all going around the 0.75 daily. This is based on an average. The projections was based on a 0.8. Now we're getting more accurate and correct information. This is like individual dailies are still going over 8%. There was a really good one there. But the average daily is settling in close to 0.8. So we're pretty confident that that's the mark. We hopefully will also see the AI, as Joe said, get smarter, more accurate trades, and with bigger pools, more aggressive trading. The figures at 0.4 for the microflow seem to be pretty accurate as well. And there's not a lot of the smart flow around. So, but what there is showing that it's averaging around 0.6%. So they're pretty consistent results. And as I said, I started with 507 and I've been replacing the projected figures with what I've actually got. In this case here, I didn't reinvest for a couple of days. I just had a look at the stable results and then I did a big reinvest. This is yesterday's results. My reinvest and time cycle in my time zone is somewhere around mid to late afternoon when I do my reinvest. And these are the yields that I've been getting plugged into here. And then from here on, it just takes over as a projection moving forward. So yeah, consistency so far. I will switch to this one. All right. This one is the original projection one based on the 0.8. Now, if you think about this, if this consistency is there, you can then start doing some planning. You can set up some strategies. In this example, I'm going to show two information. The minimum reinvest is $1. Excuse me, really early in the morning here. So there's still cold air around. In order to reinvest, you need to get $1. All right. So let me just take that out for the moment. All right. So it's earning 16 cents a day. So not until day 7 does it hit $1 of accumulated reward or yield, and then you can reinvest. All right, so keep that in mind. The sweet spot for various amounts, this one is about $175. I'll go there. 170. Whatever. But on a 0.4 yield on a microflow, it's 250, and that will give you $1 a day on average. So you're hitting the reinvest every day. So keep an eye on that. But the other thing I want to show you is a savings plan. If you started with $20, you would, and then every week you deposited an extra $20 as a savings plan, you can start seeing all of these figures jumping quite quickly. So you're not going in full volume, or if you're not full speed, if you don't have thousands of dollars to invest straight away, you can build yourself up slowly. And if you did that sort of plan, $20 a week in a year, so that's what a year is, you've built up a nest egg of $7,282. If you kept that plan going, you'd be starting to look at some pretty impressive figures by the next year and every year after that, if you were consistent. Also, you might come to a point where you can say, let's open up some more lines. I've just got them invisible. You might keep going for a while, and you can see here on, let's go day 500, you'll have a nest egg of 21,979. and you'll be earning about $175 a day. At that point, you can then start switching and thinking, let's take $50 out and change the strategy to withdrawals. Now, I was hoping it would keep the same amount, but didn't. Anyway, you can starting to take withdrawals out, and you're going to grow slower, but you're still going to grow. Let's see if we took 181 out. This time I'll do 2 of them on a regular basis. Hopefully I haven't practiced this, but I believe I understand the maths enough that I can say what that's going to do is you're basically going to stay at roughly the same level all the way through. Okay, there's a small bit of change, so it is going to keep growing, but you're basically just withdrawing the same amount every week to live off or spend or whatever you want to do. So you set yourself an annuity income. Actually, that's wrong. It should have been minus. This is why we should always practice things before we go live.
In fairness to Carl, he did only get his wake-up call 20 minutes before we went, no, it was about 40 minutes before we went live.
Yeah. I was going to go sleeping. So yeah, you can see it's going up a little bit because of this small change every now and again, but essentially you're basically living off your perpetual earnings.
Now, Carl, just a couple of things. If I could ask a question now, or do you have more before I ask a question?
I'll a little bit more. So I'll switch back to my own results, but there has been people starting to think ahead how they're going to strategize, and there's a bit of confusion about how all of this works. Mm-hmm. One question that was asked during the week was, if you had multiple licenses like the microflow, the smart flow, and the alpha flow, mm-hmm. Would it be good to split between the two and get better results? Well, actually, you don't get better results. If you put 1,000 into alpha flow and get $8 a day, if you split it 500 and 500 between the two, it's not additive, it is alternative. So you would get $2 on the 100 and $4 on the 1,000. So you're actually 25% worse off in your results. Okay, so don't think additive, think alternative. Also, some people can't start with all the licenses, and there's a question in the chat that this will become relevant too. So if you can't start, at least start. All right. So if you can get a $100 license, if you put $200 of BTCC in, that's going to give you a potential earning from your affiliate program in 3FO of $300. Once you've done that, you can buy another $100 license, repeat the process, and you've got 200 left over. You've now got $500, and you can step up to the $500 license. Keep building your team, and you will be able to build up $1,500 of affiliate income, and then you've got enough to buy a $1,000 license. The reason you've got to reinvest on the $100 license is that that's a 5-time step. That's only a 2-time step. So your contribution of the BTCC yield will make that stepping easier. So you can get there by reinvesting and repurchasing licenses. You can have as many licenses as you like. You just don't have to have them running, but you do need to keep your potential income in your affiliate program alive. Now, why would you step up if you were happy with these results? Why would you step up? Because if you only have a $100 license, and this is answering the first question in the chat, you only earn affiliate reward from other $100 purchases. If somebody below you buys a 500 or 1,000, that affiliate reward will drop into potential to unclaimed income until you can step up your license.
Very good.
And same with the 1,000. If somebody 500, if somebody buys 1,000, that will drop into the potential income, unclaimed income. Now, there has been a request that at this early stage of the whole environment, a much longer claim cycle, and hope maybe a message will get dropped into one of the groups or to Joe to say if that's been granted. But initially, Chavez said he was going to set this to a 3-day claim cycle, but we don't know exactly what it is at the moment, so maybe we can find out on this call at some point.
Curso gratis de SEO con certificado los días 28, 29 y 30 de abril. Vamos a estar en directo con Carlos Ortega a las 7 de la tarde explicando tanto cómo conseguir posicionamiento en los buscadores con todo ese tráfico cualificado y conversiones que aporta Google, pero también cómo conseguir la visibilidad que están ganando los LLMs como ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, etc. Apúntate ahora en el enlace que tienes aquí abajo y vas a recibir.
That's pretty much it. So yes, you can ask your question now, Grace. You're muted.
Thank you. From here, where you say, okay, buy another $100 license, is that after a year? Because the license is good for a year.
No. If you build your team on $100 licenses or quickly, it's chewing up your potential income only in the affiliate program. All licenses run for a year. So if you use up your potential income in a 3FO, it has no effect on the license that you're running on Rift. Okay. If you do have multiple licenses, maybe you could start it on another phone. Not that there has much benefit, because you should always put your money where it's going to generate the most income. That does bring, why would you consider? There might be a reason that you might want to have multiple licenses, or two reasons. One is you might want to feel comfortable at getting 0.4%, all right? But you might have the $1,000 license so that you're earning all your affiliate rewards. And you might switch between them depending on your risk aversion. There is no guarantee that the AI is going to stay consistent. All right, so it may become so intelligent that it can find a way to make microflow more profitable, and suddenly it starts to get 0.9%. All right, and what that's going to do is it's going to make microflow more attractive and produce better results. So you would obviously think about, I don't have a numeric keyboard, so I've got to do the upper and lowercase thing. You might think about putting more money into microflow and making more money. So it's worth keeping an eye out on the results that are being posted in the Rift WhatsApp group, so that you're always up to date what people are getting. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that in. I forgot about it. So where do you want me to go?
Okay. Now, the other slide that you had, the first one that you were showing, the first spreadsheet. My results, or the projections only? The projections of, because I like that idea of putting, steady, that right there, steady. If I understand, you're putting $20 a week. Is that it? Depositing $20 a week. 7 days, 14 days, 20 days. Okay. And you're calculating on a daily amount earned, right? Daily profits? Yep. Okay. So daily, are you actually within that 7 days making up to $20, or how much are you making? What's the amount? Well, on $20 initial deposit, it's making 16 cents a day. So it's roughly 7 days. It actually earns enough to reinvest, plus adding another $20. So you're actually stepping up $21. $21 a time. Okay, so, that's fantastic. So deposit 20 and reinvest $1.12. Excellent. And with those projections continuing, and then I like as far as basically creating your own annuity, in that, okay, you're getting daily profits of, I believe the next spreadsheet you have, you're getting daily profits of like 175. But then if you're taking away just 181 a week, of course. No? Yeah, 181 a week. Yeah. Of course. And so that's nice to be receiving when you look at it, add it up on a monthly basis, but you still have like over $100 or more even still being reinvested. Your earnings really exceed the amount that you're taking out. And of course, you're reinvesting that amount that you're taking out, that you're earning, right?
This example is you're taking the 181 out, but you're still earning on the other 6 days of the week and reinvesting. So let's look at the effect of this. If you were taking the 181 that was being earned every day, you would be just sitting stable and you'd be earning and withdrawing, earning, withdrawing, earning, withdrawing, which is a nice kind of income, $181 a day for doing nothing. And so, yeah, basically, it's just showing you some alternative strategies that you might employ. It's not financial advice. It's just what the numbers suggest would happen.
And that 500 days is not even equal to 2 years yet. It's just at year end.
Yeah.
Several months. Great. So this is $20. You're looking at a basic number of $20, adding $20 on a weekly basis, and you can accumulate that. That's in less than 2 years. That's really awesome. So really, it comes out to be $100 or $80 a month that you're actually reinvesting or depositing. Great.
Exactly.
Now
the important thing about compounding, the most important thing about compounding is do it early. Right?
Start early.
The sooner you compound anything, the longer term effect is much greater.
Now, if I'm making these deposits of $20 a week, is there a deposit? Is there a fee to deposit money into Rift?
Yeah, there is a small deposit fee, but there is also, when you start, there is a ignition or not intended, an ignition fee. There is a $10 fee to set up all of the trading account environment on the Hyperliquid platform, blockchain. But that $10 you can mitigate by recruiting somebody, and when they set up their suite of wallets, the trading wallets, then you get a $5 kickback at that point.
Okay, so that has happened. That's part of the program now, right? Because
yeah, I believe it's there. If not, it will be. It's at the early stages. The company has been absorbing quite a number of costs to get people started, but on a regular basis, if not right now, at some point there will be that $10 fee. Obviously, I don't see it because I was in the pilot program, so a lot of these sort of things we don't know exactly when they start. When they start, we see them. So.
Well, can you explain what I could have done wrong if I deposited $100 worth of USDC from my Coinbase account into Rift, but only $89 was credited on my account? So that I'm looking at about $11.
Yeah, well, that'll be, I believe, that would be the $10, brings it down to $90 for the setup fee, and the initial trading or starting fee of $1. Pretty much everybody pays $1 when they do a deposit into Rift. That $1 is partly to pay for the gas fees of doing any transactions, but also there is a bridge process. So it's got a bridge from Arbitrum over to Hyperliquid as well, and I think that's a little bit more expensive. So that I'm assuming it's a $1 for your activity and $10 to set up all of the wallets.
Okay, that explains that. Now, can we go back to your third the third.
While you're just thinking, Carl, just check your WhatsApp quickly.
My phone's not handy. Where is my phone? Hang on.
And
$10 fee on every deposit. I might have to investigate that a little more.
Okay. Now, your third spreadsheet, please, that shows the different microflow, smart flow, and okay.
Yep.
Now, is this all on the same Rift account? The same account, one account.
Yes. Same account on Rift, but different licenses.
Right. I can do that.
You can have multiple licenses running, yes, on the same account. and you can move money between them. But the movement of money between them will be subject to a settlement, a PSDS. So you issue a request to stop trading. It drops out of the pool into your wallet, and then you can assign it to a different strategy, to one of the other licenses. But if you do that, of course, that's going to interrupt a 24-hour interruption to your trading cycle, and you would suffer longer term. But if you might do it if it was important to you, but it will have a long-term effect, because for that, as that trading stops and you go back into the next pool, there will be that delay of when you actually do the process. So if it stops and you don't notice it, and it takes you half a day that's half a day of trading that you haven't been involved in. Just a little caveat that people might forget about.
Okay. Carl, just as a just to make sure that I'm clear on this. So in 3FO is where I buy the subscription, the $100, $500, or $1,000, right?
Correct.
And then I have one email. Let's say I have a couple of accounts in 3FO. And then I have one email that I use in Rift. Which username is, the email is the same on my two accounts. Let's say two accounts, two 3FO accounts, right? It's the same. And then I use this same email in my Rift. Do I have to have bought 100, 500, and the 1,000 in both 3FO accounts?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
You don't have to buy multiple licenses or all the licenses unless it's a personal choice that you want to make. Personally, I've got a 100 and a 1,000, but I don't have a 500. I won't need it. If I want to be conservative, I will just stop trade and move my money into microflow and let it trade more conservatively. If I want to be aggressive, I'll just reverse the process. It won't be, in my mindset, a strategy to split between the two. It'll be one or the other. If you have multiple accounts and you purchase multiple licenses, that is a personal choice. And the only reason, in my case, I would choose to do that is if I want to capture more affiliate rewards. But you don't, the only correlation between the emails is in the purchase, you put the license email address of the account you want to have whitelisted the trading part of the license. So you could actually make a purchase and put a completely different email address, a friend's email address. You could buy it for them in your 3FO account. They don't need a 3FO account, but because you put their email address of their Rift account into your purchase, that will then be whitelisted against their account, not yours. But you would capture your affiliate rewards. So you're basically just doing a service for them and earning your own income.
Okay, but now I have maybe it's not clear, or am I not clear? I'm not clear, or it's not clearing up. But I have two separate 3FO accounts. They're sharing the same email.
Gemini Google Workspace. Está conjeturado.
I use that same email in the Rift account. So
Yes.
I bought a $100 license in one account A, and in account B, I bought a $1,000 license. Same emails. What's happening in my Rift account?
If you put the email address in the purchase, the same email address as the Rift account, as the 3FO account, then they will be both whitelisted to the same Rift account.
Okay. Great. And then I can move from micro to alpha in my Rift.
Yes.
Okay, so count those two. Now, where does that $5 startup fee show in the Rift? Can you show me where that the success fee or the $10 or whatever that is charged, the startup fee, where does it show that it actually occurred in Rift? Does it show up?
I can't show you because I'm not subject to it because I started before it was brought in. So I have no idea. I don't think I've seen anybody do a screenshot of it as yet.
Sheba Joan, you don't have it?
Sorry, what was the question?
About the startup fee. Do you know where it shows up in the Rift account?
It won't. The startup fee won't show. You mean the $10 fee?
Yes.
It doesn't show in there. If you look, I mean, if you go to the terms and conditions, then I imagine it will explain all the fees in the terms and conditions, if that's what you're referring to.
Oh, okay. Or
I mean, if you go to, let me show. Perhaps if you stop sharing for a second, Carl.
Or just like when I put in $100 and then only $89 was credited.
Yeah. Then you know. I mean, that's where it shows. But if you go, if you want to look and make yourself aware, then click on wallet. Click on the daisy on the top right here. Oh no, hang on, it's not there. My mistake. Where is it? Click on the daisy. There you go, terms of service here. So you just click on wallet, click on the daisy, scroll down, and the terms of service. And I imagine everything to do with fees would be listed in here, as with any professional platform. So I think if I'm understanding the question, then hopefully that answers it.
Yeah, where that might be showing up. Okay.
Since I'm here, sorry, go on. Was you going to ask something else?
Right. While you're there in your Rift account, can you show where the success fee shows up in the Rift engine?
The figures are net. It doesn't show up.
Yeah, it doesn't show as a specific thing, but I imagine it comes under these referrals, because this is where this is my auto trading engine. So I imagine your portion of the success fee is this referral bonus. Referral bonus.
I thought those referral bonuses were for people that I sent my referral account and my referral.
Well, of course, that's what the success fee is.
Oh, success fee and referral bonus is the same thing? I thought the success fee was for trading.
It is.
The success fee is the source of funds.
Yeah.
Success fee is the source of the funds for your referral. Remember, 50% of the success fee will be paid out to from your level one's success fees. All right. So 50% is paid out. 25% from their level ones, 12.5% from anybody's success fee on your level 2, 6.25% from the success fees of everybody on your level 3, and so forth down to level 5.
Si estás a nada de que todo se venga abajo, es porque sigues dependiendo de un desconocimiento. Nos enseñaron a aguantar, a sobrevivir, a trabajar, pero nadie nos enseñó a cómo entender el juego de la vida. Y luego te preguntas por qué te estresas, por qué no sabes qué hacer y por qué nunca te alcanza. Y te voy a decir la verdad, no se trata de suerte, se trata de aprender con guía, práctica y con gente que ya pasó por ahí. Pero ¿y si no tengo mucho? No necesitas mucho para empezar. ¿Y si no sé nada? ¿Y si me equivoco? Aquí se aprende desde cero, con práctica y guía. Y si no tengo tiempo, con 1 hora al día y constancia cambia tu vida más de lo que crees. Por eso existe Acción Latina, una comunidad de latinos que decidimos dejar de improvisar y empezar a aprender en serio. Sin humo, sin promesas mágicas y con un sistema claro al alcance de todos. Soy Ana Becoa y creé Acción Latina para que esto deje de ser imposible. No dejes que pase más tiempo con la misma pesadilla. Únete y empieza ya. Da clic en el enlace y regístrate.
Gotcha. Okay, so it all calculated and it's showing in as far as your referral bonus.
This is on the auto trading engine. The success fee referral that you're getting shows up here. Your referral for people who are trading manually shows here. That's a different percentage altogether. So if you click here, if you click on the wallet, click on referrals. Oh yeah, it has refreshed. Let me reload anyway. So that will show up here. Okay, they're separate things.
Okay,
you can see I've got $12.88 that I've withdrawn. Okay, you've got two separate referral systems. You've got your referral system on the manual trading where you earn the percentages, the 25%, the 6.25%. I can't remember what it is now, what the next one down is. But it's 25% on the level 1. I think it's 6.25 on the level 2. And then whatever it is for 3, 4, and 5. So that's the separate percentages. On the engine, you are earning a percentage of the success fee that's charged on every profitable trade.
Great. Okay. Thank you. Now, Shiva Joe, I noticed in the previous face that you showed us, the previous page, there was 0.08 unclaimed. Did you see that?
Yes.
Okay, right. What are you going to do to take care of that?
Just leave that and let it grow. As I get more referrals, I'm going to start, I'm using social media as well, so I'll bring in more referrals. This is something, well, actually, since you've raised it, I was going to mention it later as we close, but since you're raising it now, you
can do a reminder.
Yeah, this is an important part of your Rift income system, is your referrals. Do not underestimate how much money you can earn from referrals. I highly recommend that you all come and join us on Sunday for the global community call, where hopefully, fingers crossed, we will have someone go through the numbers on possible earnings through the referral system. Okay? Because believe me, you do not want to underestimate what you can earn by referring people. Because remember, Rift is free. It's only the auto trading engine that has a subscription in 3FO, but Rift itself is free to access through Telegram. So you can refer this to anybody. You can just text it to people, text your referral link to people, WhatsApp it to people, Telegram it to people, email it to people, type it on a letter, stick it in the post and send it to people. Anybody can access Rift for absolutely free, test it themselves on the demo account. When they're happy, they can move across to the real live account, deposit whatever they want to deposit, and they can start trading. And you will earn a percentage of every single trade.
Oh, Joe, let me just make sure that I understood clearly what you just said. So they can get the demo for free and practice on it. They don't have to buy a subscription for the Autobot.
No.
They can just move over to the real, deposit money there and start trading without having to purchase anything, purchase a subscription.
Exactly.
To 3FO.
Yeah, they don't need a subscription. If you're like me, who doesn't have the time to trade nor the inclination to learn everything that's required to trade, then you buy a trading engine and you just let the engine do all the work and you just reinvest your profits once a day, twice a day, whatever you want to do. And you just let the engine do all the work for you. For me, give me as much automation as possible. The more automated something is for me, the better. I want as little work to do as possible.
Okay.
But of course, people who like trading and who enjoy that thrill of trading and the chase, then yeah, they can just register in Rift and trade.
And they will be strictly on manual trading, right?
Yeah.
Because the Autobot is only available through 3FO.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Tu negocio va bien, pero podría ir incluso mejor. Con Copilot en Bitrix 24 CRM, el innovador asistente basado en IA que te permite hacer casi todo. ¿Necesitas una idea para tu campaña de marketing? Deja que Copilot haga el trabajo. Acabas de tener una larga conversación por teléfono con un cliente. No hay problema. Copilot transcribirá tu llamada y completará automáticamente los campos de tu CRM. Como resultado, cerrarás más negociaciones en menos tiempo, lo que aumentará tus ingresos. Crece financieramente como empresa utilizando el poder de la IA en Bitrix 24. Pruébalo ahora gratis en bitrix24.co.
Find your inner anthem, write another stanza. If you're on the dance floor, go ahead, put your hands and sing it with the band. The sun don't shine. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
answer. So, and also, as we have discussed here, that you could possibly make more money doing manual trading, correct? If you're well versed in trading.
I think in the short term,
Mm-hmm.
it's possible for you to make more money from referring people.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, if you imagine you bring in 10 people and they all bring in five people in each, and they all start trading, you imagine what you can earn. So in the shorter term, especially for some, look, if you're fortunate enough to have 10 grand kicking around, that's not doing anything, right? And you can put 10 grand in and you can make your 800, your $80 a day, and compound that and compound that and compound that. Fantastic. Then do that. But how many people have we got that can do that? Most of the people in this community are probably not in a position to do that. Mm-hmm. So you can put in $100. You can let the auto trader do the trade, or you can trade manually and you make your percentage and you can build it up. Your larger part of your income is likely to come from your referrals, just sending your link out to people, getting people trading, because everybody knows that you can make a buttload of money in trading, but they also know that you can lose. Now, we've got a system where after Chavez has employed his enhancements, the Rift trading system, not the engine, the normal manual trading system, is expected to be 80% plus successful. Mm-hmm. Now, those are good odds. You know, you bet on a horse that's going to give you an 80% success rate, you'll be quids in, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, of course, if you share this with people and grow the community, you can earn $300-400 a day just in referrals. What do you do with those $300-400 a day? Well, you can take half of it out and go shopping, get some more shoes and handbags. The other half you can reinvest into trading.
Absolutely.
For your residual income coming in later on, further down the line, a year down the line, 2 years down the line.
Now, not to beat it to death, but could you show me just how easy it is to reinvest? And this is your earnings. How easy or how difficult is it?
Are you going to ask me to reinvest out of sync? Oh, Grace.
Oh, no.
No, it's no problem, no problem.
No, I just click. Do I just
Actually,
click that
interestingly, notice earlier on I had $14. Now I've got $15. So another, this one's just come in. Where's this? Yeah, 8 o'clock. That come in 15 minutes ago. This profit here of 38 cents. So it's gone up.
Now, before you do anything, what do you mean? What did you mean by reinvest out of sync? Because I've heard you and Carl mention that a couple of times.
Of course, if you really want to maximize, then as soon as you've got a decent bit of profit, you want to reinvest so that you can, maximize. So if you've made $5 this morning, reinvest $5 in the morning, because then that goes straight back into the pool through the rest of the day. But what I've chosen to do for now is I'm allowing mine to accumulate so that I can reinvest a larger sum later in the day.
Oh,
okay? Because otherwise I've got to check in every hour, see what I've got, reinvest. And I will probably come back to that. But what I'm trying to do is to bunch up the time in which rather than going into it half a dozen times a day, I'm trying to, for now, just try and do it maybe once a day, twice a day.
Okay.
Just try and make it a bit simpler for myself.
Good. But that's a time frame that you set for yourself.
Yeah. You can reinvest whenever you want. And I'll do it now. Look, it's just simple. Just click reinvest, click max. Now you'll see here that this has not highlighted.
Right.
Okay. That's because there are decimal places here that we can't see.
Okay.
All right. This is, I think, probably rounding up. So it's going $15.25, but it's probably 15.244 or 24999. So so there actually isn't 15.25, because if I do this and put 4, look, it highlights immediately.
Okay.
If I put 99, so it goes out again. So there's obviously one decimal place.
Gotcha.
Look at that. See, if I can put in 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. There's all of these decimal places that have been rounded up to make it 15.25.
Okay.
So if I just click confirm reinvest, and that's it.
Okay. Good point. I like the way that you pointed that out specifically, as far as making sure how you get that confirm button.
Yeah.
Highlighted.
But let me show you this while I'm here. I'm going to flick through these. You just tell me when to stop so that people know it's random.
Stop.
So this one here.
Okay.
I'm going to click on that. Now this is the transaction list that's happening on the blockchain. First thing I want to point out.
I've been seeing that run in the background there. What is that?
This is the transaction processing on the blockchain. All right, look at this, milliseconds, 200,000 transactions a second.
Oh my gosh.
So if I put that, click in there, paste that in here, click enter, and this was that transaction. Limit price, $99. Size, I don't know what size means. 8.06, maybe Carl can enlighten us. Reduce only, no, don't know what that means. But this is that transaction. So all the transactions are visible on the blockchain. So this was done at 808.34 on the 4th of the 24th of the 4th. That's the transaction hash. That's the block that was created. User, what would that be? I guess that would be the trading engine address. And that was a buy of Brent oil.
So that's that specific transaction that you just randomly picked out from all the transactions. Okay, fantastic. You can check on it, the very details of it. Carl, do you have any comments on that? Any further comments on that?
Yeah, actually, I do. As to the understanding of all of that, I would defer a couple of screens or gallery pictures over to Eunice, because like Joe, I'm not a trader. I'm a geek. I like software. I don't like trading, so I'm only going to play with the order. But this is where Eunice, Eunice, are you there? Do you have any perceptions of what all of that information on Hyperliquid? Because Eunice is much more into trading than I am.
Eunice.
You there, mate?
Senor. I think he's checked out. Eunice, if you're talking, you're muted. Okay. Well, we'll probably have a lesson on that. Now, am I able to withdraw from the 3FO RUSD income wallet now?
No.
Okay. And so we would know right now, until we're able to do that, how long it takes to receive the funds from the withdrawal. Okay. Very good.
Well, before the withdrawals on 3FO were stopped, the well, I'm assuming you're talking about the EUSD restarting, but withdrawals of RUSD have been like quarter of a second to a minute, depending on how busy base network is.
What was that question again?
About being able to withdraw the R like and Romeo USD.
Your Rift affiliate rewards, you can withdraw those, yes.
Okay. Alrighty. So, alrighty. Shiba Joe, did you catch any other questions in here that I have not asked? Can you transfer? Can you transfer EUSD, E as in echo, from 3FO income wallet to another 3FO account?
Yes. Using
Sue's answered that one. So I would like to point out that without even trying, she's becoming a trainer.
Yeah.
So watch it, girl. You'll be on doing what we're doing soon.
Maybe
we get a day off, Carl.
Yeah. I wouldn't be expecting that phone call to say, "Oh, they put the time wrong again."
Yes, of course, you use the internal transfer wallet, and yes, of course, I have a video for that. So go to my YouTube channel, and you can see the video, which will explain you and step you through doing it.
Shiba, remember can you go ahead and put your YouTube channel in the chat, please, for everyone?
Yeah. Sorry, go on, sir.
So remember, dog's barking, sorry. But remember, though, that when you do the transfer from the income wallet to a transfer wallet, you will pay a 5% fee. If you go from transfer wallet to transfer wallet, there is no fee, except if you're transferring Capital 3.0. Capital 3.0 from one transfer to another, there is a fee. Did you get all that with dog's barking?
There's a question in the chat, so I'm going to show, and it says the screen shows 0 on level 1. Why is that? So let me show you.
Okay. So Shiba Joe, you have put in your
my YouTube channel.
Your YouTube channel at BitcoinCode dash Joe.
Yeah.
Hyphen Joe. At BitcoinCode hyphen Joe. So if you wish to grab that in the chat now, this would be a good time.
So who was it? What was the name of the person who asked?
Terry.
So everybody else that wants to know the answer, then obviously look. But Terry specifically, since you asked, Firstly, check to see if it's highlighted. So you can see here my level 1, level 2, level 3 are highlighted. So I have 3 levels of people that are trading. Level 4 and 5 as yet not. This is 0, but it's not 0. It's just a decimal place that isn't showing. So even here, look, referral bonus is 0, but it's not. If you look, it says plus. So there is a number there. We just can't see it because the decimal place isn't showing. Like here, this is 0.01, but it could easily be 0.00, and the 1 would essentially be off screen. Okay, so that's why.
Okay. Excellent. Folks, we've been at this for an hour and a half, and I am so grateful for everybody's contribution to this. I appreciate the training as far and sharing of the results. There are real results that's happening on Rift. There is real profits to be made, and they're being made on Rift. So please examine it. Now, a couple of the takeaways I want to share, and then I'll hear from Shiba Joe and Crypto and Carl here. And Eunice, if you're still back with us, please definitely jump in. Is this one? You need to share your affiliate link. Share it with everybody. Put it in whatever social media that you wish that you have, but share it freely, because they can practice on the demo. You talk to them and practice on the demo, and then they can actually go over and join the real and deposit funds in there and be able to be able to go ahead and trade. But they'll be trading manually. If they want the auto bot, they have to buy go to become a 3FO active member and buy the subscription from 3FO. Okay, share your affiliate link. They can manual trade in Rift in the real side, and then they can buy the subscription over on 3FO. Okay, that's one takeaway from today's lesson. Susie, you have a comment? You're muted, please. Unmute yourself.
Sorry about that. On the referral and rewards, on the you can't claim it until it says $10. So my 38 cents has just been sitting there for about a week. So just an FYI to everybody. I know, Joe, the other day you had, I think, $14 or $15 in there. When you claimed it, where did it go?
I haven't discovered that yet.
Okay.
Because I only just claimed it. Well, I claimed it yesterday, but it was stuck. So that's been fixed today. So now it's been released. But I think I'm getting a ping. No, I'm going right. I think if you look on, I have to keep moving things around. Right, you can see it's here. Now, what did I click on that gave me the information that I had earlier? Oh, if you click on history. No, it wasn't here. Oh, yeah, there you go. Payouts typically processed within 3 days. So I'm going to have to inquire. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. But I only spotted that just before we jumped onto the Zoom, so I've not had a chance to inquire. So I need to find out myself whether in the next 48 hours to 48 to 72 hours, I'll have to find out if that goes to where that goes to. I am assuming that it will appear in my asset holdings here in my wallet, but I don't know.
Okay. You make sure that be the first point of order that you'll share with us next Friday. Appreciate that. So, and we'll explain, take a look at those particular wallets that you just shared. So now, second takeaway is reinvest. The second takeaway I have here is reinvest. Set up a schedule, and this is something that you can just set for yourself. You set up a schedule for yourself of when you're going to reinvest. What is the minimum to reinvest there, Carl? What's the minimum that you can reinvest?
$1.
$1. So once you make that $1, you can go ahead and reinvest. Is there any cost to reinvesting?
Not that I've seen. I'm not expecting there to be a cost, no.
Okay. And Shiba Joe, you haven't experienced any?
No, you're not depositing funds as such, are you? You're not bringing funds in externally. You're simply redistributing. No, not redistributing.
No, it's a drip.
Yeah.
It's a drip. You're reinvesting.
Yeah.
So now when you do that, remember your confirmation. If that confirmation button is not lit up, remember the decimal places that Sheba Joe just shared with us to make sure that your reinvestment will go through. And so you can do it on a daily basis. Sheba Joe, is that your habit? Reinvesting daily?
Yeah. Initially, I was reinvesting as soon as I had $3, $4, $5. I was just immediately reinvesting it. But for now, I'm just allowing it to accumulate because I want to see in one lump what my total daily is at this stage. So I'm just compacting it together so that I can do one reinvest and then I can see what I'm doing. But now once I've sort of got the idea of, and I can see an average of what I'm getting, then I'll probably just start reinvesting straight away again. As soon as I've got $3, $4, I'll reinvest.
And Carl, what is the benefit of that reinvestment? Is it a daily, weekly? What do you do? Are you reinvesting daily as well?
Yeah, mine's late afternoon. I just want to be lazy. I'm just going to let it build up and then just come in, hit the reinvest button and then go away.
Okay.
Of
but
course, being a nerd, as Mikhail called himself, because one of those spreadsheets was his, I think was his, he's recording. So I'll be doing the same. I'll be writing everything down for a while, just confirming that the mathematics is all correct. But once I've proven it, and I'm pretty confident it is, I'll just come in once a day, hit the reinvest and get out.
Okay. But do you, both of you are reinvesting on a daily basis because you're making at least more than $1 per day?
Yeah.
You're not waiting a week. You're not waiting, 3 or 4 days. You're reinvesting daily. And that makes a difference. Carl, what difference does that make?
Well, the difference is that it will immediately start earning its small portion. You'll get more and more events that are producing yield with every reinvest. It's just how it works.
Great. Thank you. Susie Q, you wanted to share something else?
Yes. So when I reinvest, yes, I always have a penny left over. And to make sure that my total is, I can see it, I press the 3 dots in the top right and click reload to make sure that I can see what I'm getting. And I'll do it at the end of the day as well. But reinvesting, I put in only 135, and in 8 days, I have 138. So I'm getting something. So you don't have to jump in with a lot. You can just jump in with a little bit and make some money.
Okay. Let's unpack that a little bit of what you just said. So you reinvest on a daily basis?
Yes.
Okay. And how much is it? Because I didn't understand the 130 or 130 or whatever.
I came in with 135, and I'm now up to 138.62.
Okay.
So in about 8 days, 7 days, I've made about $3 maybe. So
okay. So is that at the point when you reinvested?
I'm reinvesting every day.
Okay, so you're making $1 every day.
About $1, maybe every 2 days right now.
Okay, so you're reinvesting every 2 days as soon as you make $1.
Correct. As soon as I make it, I put it back in because it's quite compounding.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you. All right. So that's the 2 takeaways from here, from this particular training and the sharing. You also, Carl, you also talked about and demonstrate as far as the different levels, the micro, the smart, and the alpha. That translated, the micro is a $100 subscription. The smart flow is a $500 subscription, and the alpha flow is the $1,000 subscription. And you're saying you can go ahead and buy it, buy those all in one account. You can have so many accounts on 3FO. If they email, this is the connection. If they email in the Rift account that you use in Rift account is the same as the email in your 3FO account, and that email is the one that's whitelisted in the Rift account, that will pull those licenses all into that one Rift account, right? So you can have the microflow and you can have all 3 of those subscriptions in the Rift account. So far, correct? As a takeaway, understand?
Pretty close. It all ties to the email address you put in the purchase of each license.
Mm-hmm.
You can put different email addresses in. Yeah.
Okay. So it's in the purchase of the license. There is an opportunity for you to put in an email, and that email then needs to get whitelisted and be used in the Rift. Thank you very much for making sure that that is correct. So once you go ahead and do that, you can switch between the three licenses if you have the three licenses, which Chavez showed us, right? When he switched from one to the other to be able to discern the differences. Now, even though you can do that, Carl, you shared a caution with being able to do that. What was that caution to switch between the licenses?
Obviously, you'll need to issue the stop trade. And once the last trade in the batch or pool that you're involved in settles and your money then drops back into your wallet, if you're not watching it, that money is just going to be sitting in your wallet unassigned to a strategy, to a license. You're missing out on income. So if you're going to do that, keep your eye on it and then move it straight away so that it straight away starts earning again.
Excellent. And now, then finally, another takeaway that I'm taking from here that I believe was demonstrated here is, Carl, this ability to start planning, to come up with a plan for a regular deposit. Some people call that dollar cost averaging when you deposit on a regular basis. So depositing on a regular basis, you can, within a 2-year period, build up a nest egg where you can now, as an annuity, start withdrawing on a regular basis. That was absolutely brilliant. And so without the use or the benefit of your spreadsheet right now, what can a person do? What would a person do? Just start going ahead and depositing right now and maybe talk later with you as far as watching it?
Get started. That's all it is. It's just get started. The sooner you start, sooner you earn, sooner you compound, the faster you grow. Just, yeah. Other than that, it's financial advice, and I'm not a financial planner. So I won't tell people what to do. I'll just tell what I might do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, absolutely. No financial advice, right? No financial advice here. It's just that in the demonstration of it, you give people the ability to say, hey, listen, this is great, but you can also start planning around this. And that was a great demonstration. So thank you for that. Now, I have cleared up about the 4 takeaways that I have from the training that you guys have shared, and also some of the things around it that you have pointed out. So fantastic. Let's go ahead and go through. Eunice, I don't know if you're back, but if you are, if you wish to go ahead and say something and share something, that's great. Otherwise, let's round up and close out this. Shiva Joe, what else? Oh, excuse me, Carl, what else do you have to share?
Well, the $10 fee is a one-off. That's been confirmed, as I thought it was. And someone asked in the chat, is it better to have 3 licenses in one account or create the two other accounts under the first account? That all depends on what those licenses are going to be doing. If you're doing it, you need to concentrate on the ramifications. If you're doing it to capture affiliate rewards, then yeah, do it underneath. If you're doing it to build affiliate income into your Rift account, that's up to you. That's the ramifications. Know every subtle detail about the licensing, the fee structure, and then do what's best for your overall benefit.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Shiva Joe, do you have any other parting words at this time?
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Although these might seem a little lengthy, but always. Yeah, I'm going to repeat something that I said on the US Primetime a few days ago. And it's not specific to Rift, so excuse me going off-piste, but it's important. 58 people here. Okay, 58 people here who turned up to learn, to understand. This 58 people that are here, that turn up, we have the power. We are the company. We are the community. Other people will turn up on maybe their regional Zooms, I don't know. But anybody who's turning up with a willingness to learn, then you are the community. You are the power, the force behind what we have. Because what we all have to remember is this community belongs to us. This company belongs to us. Its success or its failure will be ours. There's no two ways around that. That's how the road ahead lies. Chavez, for 3 years now, has been committed to developing, to creating, making a roadmap, following that roadmap. Yes, it's been a rocky journey, but this is a product development company. We're not just pulling products off the shelf, a cup ready-made. Chavez is molding, testing, trying, discovering, developing, creating, inventing new ways of doing things. And many of those things won't come to fruition. It took 1,000 attempts to create the light bulb. It took 1,000 attempts for the first flight, for the first aeroplane flight. There was 1,000 attempts in creating flights that didn't happen, that were not successful. The fact that there was a successful attempt is only attributed to the fact that there was persistence, that there was consistency, that there was a willingness to fail, that there was a willingness to keep on going. And that's what Chavez has been doing for 3 years. Developing, trying things, seeing what sticks, seeing what works. Some of those things haven't worked. That's fine. That's the development process. But along that journey, we are discovering things that do work. And if we have 10 products that don't work and 2 products that do, those 2 products will change lives. And whose? Only yours, because you're here. You're the ones turning up. But this is an affiliate marketing company, an MLM company. The success on this company is on the growth of the community. If you are too scared to share what we have, then question why. We've been here 3 years. What's it going to take for Chavez to prove himself? Yes, products haven't worked, but you've not lost anything. Everybody has had their funds refunded, returned, or compensated for in some way. Your boomerang refund you got as a store credit. You could have used it in the system. We didn't have a different option at the time. Now, Capital 3.0 has been migrated. You're still going to get your 5x and you're going to get it as Ethereum. How many other companies have ever given you any kind of recompense? How many of those companies? None. They all vanished because they don't care. But Chavez, every day, listens to the questions. Here's the complaints from the leaders. Here's the suggestions from the leaders. Here's the thank yous from the leaders. Here's everything. Because believe me, in our leaders group, every day, we're making suggestions. We're asking questions. We're requesting functionality every day. Not so much from me, to be honest, because obviously I'm not a techie, but Carl makes his suggestions. Others make their suggestions. Some of that stuff gets implemented. Some of it doesn't. But 3 years we've been here. And I don't know about you, but I want to be here for the next decade. I want to be here for the next 2 decades. Even if I'm not here for the next 2 decades. I want this company to be here for the next 2 decades. For you, for your families, for your children, and for their children. This company has got everything we need to change lives. All you need to do is tell people. Share the opportunity. And now this is a better opportunity than ever, because now they can try Rift absolutely free. It is free to access, risk-free. What risk is there for anybody? Try this app on Telegram. It's free. Stick $20 in, do a bit of trading, see how you get on. Or test it on the demo account for a week. See how you get on. If you like it, you can buy the auto trading engine and you can just pop your money in and let it do all the work. This is what I'm making. $10 a day, $12 a day, $20 a day. And you've got everything traceable on the blockchain. There is zero reason to not be sharing this opportunity, because we all get to succeed together and we all get to fail together. Personally, I prefer success. So go out there, tell people what we're doing. Tell them we are a company that can be trusted. Tell them we are here for the long term, and tell them you can help them earn an income. That's it.
Shiba Joe, couldn't end in a better note. Now, the thing about it is today is Friday. I wish you all a happy Friday. Now you get one day, all from now until Sunday. Alrighty, you have the opportunity to spread this good news, as Shiba Joe has just said. So come back on Sunday and let us have our Global Leaders Community panel be able to, you can share with us what you have accomplished during this personal business day on Saturday. So we look forward to seeing you on Sunday for our Global Leaders Community panel. See you then. Joe, thank you so much. I'll see you all. Have a good one now. Bye-bye.